Who are you? What defines you? How do you decide to present yourself to the world? What are the conscious labels that you've placed upon yourself, like I'm a mother, or I'm a daughter, or I'm a student, or I'm a doctor, or I'm an employee, or I'm a manager, or these kinds of things? And what are the subconscious labels? I'm insecure, I'm not enough, I'm supposed to be different than I am, I'm shy, I'm outgoing. Are you considering yourself to be a logical, smart person? Are you considering yourself to be a soft-spoken person? Are you a spiritual person? Are you a physically strong, athletic person? Are you more the book type? Are types running your life? Are labels running your life? Are compartments running your life? So let's take a look into what it means to define myself and how I go about doing that. I'm Dr. Sue Morter from Morter Institute for Bioenergetics, and I've been teaching and training doctors and patients and students for 30 plus years, actually it's closer to 40 years, and on the ideas of energy medicine and how consciousness influences our ability to be whole and healthy and healing and robust in this life. And in more recent years, speaking about the development of consciousness and the building of neurocircuitry for us to support our great awakening, which is happening through the course of our life, whether we know it or not. And my invitation to you is to bring it into a conscious and intentional awareness in your life so that you can start to steward these kinds of questions with grace, and you can unpack these labels and the boxes that we put ourselves in to recognize that we are much bigger than the way we've been defining ourselves up till now. That you are actually undefinable. You are pure possibility. You are infinite possibility. You're sitting here as pure potential. You could be being anything in your life, anytime. And if it feels like out of reach, out of grasp, no can do, can't relate, I understand that. And I want to share with you that when I was growing up, I was so intimidated and so shy. I slept on the floor of my closet. I played alone most of the time. I pushed myself to participate. I cried when I went to nursery school, into kindergarten, into first grade and second grade. And I overcame that, or I compensated for it, I should say, by becoming a very good student and a very, very earnest, devoted participant in whatever I was doing. I became perfectionistic later. I refined it to being the best that I could possibly be, and I was super hard on myself all the time because I could be better, because I was taking all this energy that wasn't routing through me accurately, and I was convoluting it into intimidation, and then convoluting it into some compensatory pattern of overcoming it or overriding it by becoming a good student, a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend, then a good, cheerleader. And of course, it just made perfect sense that I would follow this path. And I was always voted the most likely to just about everything, to succeed, or the most studious, or the best dressed, or the whatever, all because I was compensating and trying to create some definition of myself because I didn't know who I was. And of course, all of that kind of living leads to a very stressful internal environment, because you can't constantly be trying to be all these labels that you lay out and be the best at it, because we're compartmentalizing ourselves and externalizing ourselves when we do the labeling that we do. So I was drawn to meditation. I had a big awakening instantly in meditation, all because I was trying to deal with the stress that I was creating for myself. And in the midst of that, I awakened to an entirely different version of who we are. In fact, I have a picture here. I just thought of this. I teach courses, and I have these little posters, and I had some sitting right here. I have this image that this is who we really are. And this is down here, this physical earthly being is what we're doing in life. This is just a project that we're in right now. But this is who you are, and this is undefinable. It is the higher self, the soulful self, the I am presence. What it is pure awareness. Your infinite potentiality, infinite possibility. You are awareness itself, and you're coming into this life to go have the life that you want to have. But your limits and your beliefs and your idea, your definition of who you are, these labels that you grew up being modeled and you grew up fitting into, have been running your life experience. And stress comes as a byproduct of that. So if you don't know who you are, and you don't know what you want to do, and you don't know your purpose, and you don't know if you're contributing in life, or if life is giving you the things that you really thought you'd be getting by now, even though you didn't know what they were, you thought it might feel better than it does, there's a reason for that. And it is because you're not identifying as the true you. You're hooked up, caught in, attached to some perceptions, some ideas, and some beliefs about who you think you should be being, or who you think you are, based upon things that people told you. Oh, you're a very good student. Oh, you lit up, so now you become a good student. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, now you become super sweet all the time because you got patted on the back for these kinds of things that other people pointed out about you. Oh, you're such a good listener, so you never talk, you just listen. Oh, you're such a good, person at this, and so that's what you do. But the invitation is, can you take a time out and make sure that you're doing the things that you want to do, that you're coming from the place inside of you that you really want to be coming from? Is it really unfolding for you in a joyful manner? So here are some foundational things that I'd like to share with you. The deeper version of you has a vibrational signature to it. And there are some fundamentals there, that when you're living life as the soulful self, instead of this personality that's compartmentalized itself into these labels that you're not even sure you want to do, because somebody told you it was a good idea, or you make a lot of good money doing that, or it seems like a respectful, responsible thing to do, and to participate into society and in the community and contribute in certain ways. We've been breaking records about how people contribute. People that don't even have college degrees are making huge contributions to our society and finding ways to save our planet and to be more conscious and conscientious along the way. And people are finding new and innovative ways to put things together that are less wasteful and more conservative and more winner meets winner instead of winner meets loser. And so I want to just invite you to sit back and ask yourself a few questions. Do you feel love inside of your body? Because you could, on command, you could feel love inside of your body. You can just choose. What does a loving, open sensation feel like physiologically in my body? Not in response to something that someone else did, but me generating it. What would it feel like if I was just going to open my heart right now? What would it feel like? I don't know. Let's just make it up. Just open your heart. Just soften, melt inside your body. If you just melt, it starts to happen. If you breathe in your belly, it starts to happen. If you lean back against your spine and allow your central channel to open, this robust energy flow that's trying to happen through your system all the time can do what it's trying to do without you interfering with it by overthinking or trying or making it serious or hard. And so, is there joy in my life? Maybe not in my outer life yet, but is there joy inside my body? Do I feel joy on an on-command kind of way? Like, think of joy right now. What would joy express like in your body? And here's why I'm taking you to the body. You are projecting infinite possibility through this body out onto a movie screen, and you're stepping into that movie and living that life. And so what happens on the movie screen happens on the movie screen because it's happening inside of you first. But you can't see in there, but you can see on the movie screen. So it's kind of like laparoscopy, where you're doing surgery over here, but you're looking on a computer screen to see what's going on over here. That's the same thing. You're looking on a movie screen to see what's going on in here. And for you to define who you are can only be accurate if you are defining yourself as infinite possibility, pure availability, consciousness itself, sitting here, breathing itself into an invention every day. I'm inventing myself every day. I'm inventing this and inventing that. There are so many creative projects that come out of me all the time. We cannot keep up with them at the Institute to roll them out as the projects that they are definitely destined to become. And so we make a list because of the creativity that's coming through. And this could be happening in you, but not if you're compartmentalizing yourself and labeling yourself. Because I was a doctor and a citizen in a community and had responsibilities as a business owner and employer, and I thought my life had to look a certain way. And the more I leaned back and felt inside of myself and opened up to this joy and this love, something was able to run through me and open up. And it allowed me to open up into that image that I just shared with you. And what happened under those conditions was I recognized, actually, I can reinvent myself and make a bigger contribution. And I can reinvent how I work with my employees, and we can reinvent a new version of what it's like to be alive and to be contributing. And so I'm helping thousands of times more people and I'm connecting with hundreds of thousands of people all the time, and they're learning, and tens of thousands of them every day are connecting the dots on what we're talking about, because they're laying down the label and they're allowing themselves to be pure presence and possibility. So when it's time to evaluate, do I really want to do this thing or do I really want to do that thing? The way to answer that is, can I find love and joy inside of my system? Because then I'm tapping the true self. And can I bring that love and joy to every experience that I'm having all day long, every day? And when I can do that, I'm mastering my life. And so then that job that I'm thinking about quitting, or that job that I'm thinking about hiring for, interviewing for, or that relationship that I'd like to change, or that relationship I'd like to have, those types of possibilities start to open up to me when I'm being the vibrational frequency that allows my movie to be more joyful. And if I'm leaving and deserting or deflecting or abandoning myself because I think I'm not up to the job, I would invite you to stop and first look below the label and find the you that is there waiting for its instructions by you to become a greater version of you. And start with, do I feel love inside my body all day long? I have to get good at doing that. Do I feel joy inside my body? You pick your priority. Do I feel peace inside my body? If I can get good at feeling that all day long in the circumstances that I'm in, and it'll take you a while to figure that out, but you'll have a better day every single day because that's your project. That's your focus. And as you do, you start to build the circuitry for being masterful at life, because life isn't here to be handed from the outside in. Life is here to be created from the inside out. So start with a felt vibration underneath the label, and you will be able to define yourself as infinite possibility, pure potentiality. And today I'm doing love. Today I'm doing joy. Today I'm doing peace. And then you start to define yourself as the creator of your life. And then it doesn't matter how you're applying that. And if you're in a job, that job becomes joyful and filled with love. If you're in a relationship, that relationship becomes joyful and filled with love. If you don't have a job or you don't have a relationship, you become the vibrational frequency of joy and love, and that's how those things start to manifest in your life. The jobs and the relationships that are a reflection of what you're allowing to be true coming out of you, moment by moment, breath by breath. I teach you more how to do this. Of course, come to our website, drsuemorter.com. Come into my coursework. I teach you how to build the circuitry to do this and to sustain it, even when you're not focusing on it. Because I'd love for you to be able to answer the question, who am I? With a smile on your face and a twinkle in your eye, because you know the truth of who you are. And you're walking it and talking it and breathing it every day. That's what we're doing in the Energy Codes Mortar Institute. Check us out. Much love to you all. Namaste.